Hey everybody, it is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan throwing his rocks and hide his hands Sadiq. And this is the second edition of Don't Believe the Hype, where we ask you to go beneath the surface of the things that you have been seeing and hearing about to see if there's some validity to it yourself. And so, to get right to the point, we are going to talk about something that has been trending. Well, I think it's trending. I've seen it a lot on my timeline yesterday in regards to a young lady by the name of Taisha Beatty. Now, apparently, now I don't know if it really started with her, but I've seen her particular situation trending. Now, what happened was, and Donovan, for those of you guys on YouTube, will put the picture up. And so, it's a young lady holding a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper, she has a list of bills written, okay? And so I'll just read some of them for you guys. So, it says, bills due soon as the title. Rent, $2,995. Car note, $600. Light bill, $287. Let's see, the cable bill is $210. Toiletries are $100. And miscellaneous, $300. And she has some other stuff. Cell phone bills, $500.
What?
So, on the bottom, it says, this is why I don't get, why, WYD, what are you doing? Text with a sad face. And so, a lot of people I've seen talk about it was saying, focusing more on her bills, saying, well, girl, maybe you need to start answering some of those what are you doing texts with all those bills, and you're irresponsible, and how dare you put it, basically impose demands on a man when you got all these bills. It's not a man's fault that you got all these bills and you're living above your means. And what she never did say on here that I can see, that she's living above her means. She's just saying, I don't have time for what are you doing Texas. So I responded to a lot of the people who were making fun of her and saying, well, how are we arguing past her point? And her point is, and if I can interpret it, because she didn't, no one's had a conversation with her, I don't think, but from a 47-year-old woman point of view, I get it. I get what she's saying. She's like, listen, man, don't text me, what are you doing? Okay, don't text me, what are you doing? Because for one thing, when you say WYD, that's so immature for a man to text you that, for one thing. And most of the time, for just from women, because I've gotten a few of those, not from my boyfriend now, but I've gotten a few of those, what are you doing? That usually means you don't want nothing but one thing.
What's that?
That's some poo nanny.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Booty call.
Right, you want to just come here and quit it. You're not interested in me. And so I said, for lack of better words, I get what she's saying. She said, I don't want to be your plaything. If you text me, text me probably with trying to make me the main thing. I don't have time to entertain lackluster busters. For one, don't have time to text me a whole message or call me, because I'm one of those people. I like to text, don't get me wrong, but if it's somebody I'm entertaining romantically, I want you to call me. I want to hear your voice every once in a while. And so, of course, a couple people push back on me saying, well, it's not a man's fault. Maybe she should, cut down some of her bills. I said, I don't think that's the point she was making.
Yeah, I don't think she was making that point at all.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she lives in California. I don't know. It's not unrealistic that she can have a $3,000 rent, not mortgage, but rent in California in a one-bedroom apartment somewhere. So, and I mean, again, she didn't say that she was struggling, but she was just saying, hey, don't text me, what are you doing? I need you, if you're going to be serious about me, and of course I'm interpreting that, but, ask me to engage with me first, because what's going to happen is, I'm going to answer this, what are you doing text, this WYD text. You're going to come into my life, my house, whatever, and you're going to waste my time. And you're probably going to want to stick around for a while because she's a cute girl. Sounds like she's got, things going on and stuff. You're probably not going to try to help me in any way, shape, or form. And so instead of you wasting my time, well, I mean, she might. But instead of you wasting my time, or trying to help me, you're going to come in here and waste my time. And so instead of you allowing you to waste my time, I'd rather just not. I would rather entertain somebody who was going to, be an asset to me. Not necessarily, because there's a lot of people too saying, well, she wants a dude to come in there and help her. Well, I think most women do. And most men want to be with a woman who's going to help them. Maybe not financially on both ends.
Just the
You know what? However, I don't want you to be a deficit in my life. Because this what on the other side of this what are you doing text, it's probably some nonsense. I mean, it probably really is just some nonsense. You don't want nothing. You just want to, hang out. But I need to be getting out there. I need to go to work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got bills to pay.
Well, how about this? What if she's just a serious type person?
Right. Why does it always have to be, she's wrong for that? Oh, well, who told her to go off? Admittedly, $500 for a cell phone bill is a lot. I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe she got kids or, her daughter.
Who knows? I mean, a $600 car payment, I mean, that's a lot
That's
for me.
Ridiculous.
But,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah. But who's to say? I mean, who's to say what she does? But I think that this type of stuff here, as far as her attitude, should be the standard for not just women, but since we talk about women, I think it should be the standard for women. If you're going to come in my life, it can't be behind the what are you doing to waste my time.
Gotcha.
It can't be you just want me to be the plaything instead of the main thing.
Okay.
All right, some people might be saying, and we've covered this before, what is the plaything? The plaything is somebody I want to just, I was thinking from a dude's point of view. I just want to come kick it with you, Netflix and screw, because we ain't going to chill. We ain't even going to watch Netflix. I just want to come and get some and get on. And then that's going to be, I'm not going to answer your text only when I want to. So I'm going to play around with you. But the main thing is, baby, I don't want to waste your time. I see, you're a hard-working woman. You're taking care of everything. I want to come in and be an asset to you. I want to take our thing to the next level.
Now, how can I do that when more than 50% of black men are unemployed?
Well, I mean, again, that all goes back to, and that's a whole other conversation. But group economics. We know that a lot of our black men have a lot of strikes against them. Let's just say, even criminally. But if we were to start our own businesses, we can understand that more, and we can employ our own black men. And I know there's a lot of felons, or the men who come out of prison with felons who have started their own successful businesses. So if you ask me, is it hard?
Absolutely.
Is it harder? Yes.
Absolutely.
Is it impossible? No. You can accomplish what you will. As Marcus Garvey said, up you mighty nation, accomplish what you will. And so that's really where it's at for me. So there is no excuse, but, on the other side of that text, I'm sure she's looking for a man to make her the main thing. Don't waste my time. When was the last time you text a woman that you're interested in WID?
Never.
And why wouldn't you?
Because it's not saying anything. That text's not saying anything, and it's a waste of my time and her time, actually.
And kind of, sort of, I mean, it's empty behind that.
Right.
That's almost, to me, I envision, this is the thing that came in my mind, a man throwing a fishing rod out into the water to see what bites.
Right, exactly.
And on the end of that fishing line, it's a WID.
Right, what do they call it, thirsty?
Yeah, I'm going to see if she bites. If she bites, okay, I'm opening up the conversation. Girl, what you doing? Oh, nothing, I'm just sitting here. Oh, can I just slide through? I'm going to slide through later, just to hang out and, and then all that nonsense.
But this topic sounds eerily familiar to somebody I know.
Yes, do tell.
Somebody you know.
Okay. Expound, brother.
You want to take any guess?
No. Because you ain't going to put me out there like
no,
that.
No, that ain't you.
I ain't taking no guess.
That ain't you.
I ain't talking about me because you know I'm honest with mine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take no guess. You just go ahead and just fill us at the end.
I have a good friend named Deanna, and she's just like, this is what it is. I ain't got no time.
You're talking about my daughter?
Listen.
One thing as a mama I'm going to do is teach my daughter to do better than me. Not that I spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of time with some lackluster busters. What is that? That's a dude who ain't worth shit. Okay? And that was largely my fault, okay? I should have been more selective about the company I keep. But one thing I'm going to do is teach my own child how to, as best I can, how to end up with somebody who is worthy of her time. And you know what? I don't even necessarily speak about money with my daughter, girl, because a lot of women in every race will tell their daughters, girl, marry up. Marry you a man with some money. Girl, child, he got, I think, all right, you don't want your daughter to be a pauper. You don't want her to be having to go shovel hard-ass potatoes out the dirt, for a meal. But, I rarely have that conversation with her about money. I more or less tell her to have knowledge of self, and so you can recognize a good man when you see him. And, of course, money will fall into that, but don't waste your time with somebody who wants to waste your time.
Yes. You know.
And she's gotten really good at
Yes.
the execution game.
See, the thing is, you know, when you're a parent, we don't always see what other people see in our children or whatever.
Right.
One thing about your daughter is, even when she comes over here, she's got something to do. She is like, my time.
Right, she's not just...
Yeah, she's ready to go. You know, she's like, I got to be here.
Right.
I got to be there. And I have to impress upon, I wish more young ladies would be a little bit more like that rather than settling for these, like you said, busters and...
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of her friends, and no shade to them, they're lovely girls and stuff, but there's a lot of them, I'm sure, have answered the WID, what are you doing text, and now they have, you know, some of her friends, my daughter will be 26 next week, but a lot of her friends are working on their second and third babies, and it's like, and they're not married, I guess if being married is your thing, you know, or not, but, you know, and so she's just been able to learn from those examples. And of course, my own, I had her when I was 21. But I just drilled that into her head. You know, do better than I did. Don't settle. Go see the world before you settle down with just any old dude. Because I think a lot of times, too, women and men are under the impression that if you like me, I got to like you back. Or... I don't want to hurt his feelings, so I'll go on a date. I'll entertain him.
I'll give him a little bit.
Yeah, well, in some cases, you know, and I'm not really that into him. Well, I see where it goes. Shit, a girl got to eat.
Right.
But, so this young lady here, you know, that is going viral, don't text me, basically, I'm paraphrasing, what you doing. I think, you know, give her kudos for knowing who she is. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, and then who are we to criticize her? You don't know her background and all that other, you know, what she's going through.
Right, and that's why I put up on my wall too when I saw this people criticizing, well, you know, shit, my mortgage and all this ain't even that all together. And I said, just because you wouldn't do it don't mean that no one else should. That, you know, your situation is for you. This lady might be making $15,000 a month, and you know, the $6,000 is what her bills total.
That's it. She's over at the Nasty Kitty and dropping it on the pole.
But you know, in that text or her message, she didn't say, I'm looking for a dude to take care of it. She just said, stay away from me. What are you doing? Because a man worth his weight is one who knows. And that's another thing, too. I told my nephews when they were growing, because I raised some of my nephews. I told them, I said, y'all need to start listening to some of these old school R&B, you know, artists and records, because they knew how to talk to the ladies.
Talk to the love.
Now, I said, y'all, I guess texting is the way people communicate. I mean, they'll have a whole...
Bitch, what you doing?
Or a whole conversation, set up a whole date, and everything without even saying one word, you know, verbally. Like they have these Tinder apps.
Yeah. I was watching this show, and I can never understand this. And you know, we're from a different era. For those of y'all who know, Demetra was known for going to the other school during school days.
Yes, my man was over there.
Wait, but her homework was done and everything was good.
That's right.
Okay.
On the road.
So, but it just trips me out how you'll see these shows, Paternity Court or whatever, and it's like, well, how'd you guys meet? Oh, we hooked up on Facebook
or
he IM'd me, and then we had sex.
Okay, but let me just say this to y'all, okay? Because I like to keep it real. I met my man on Facebook. You know, I did. I met my man on Facebook, and I was one of the lucky ones where he's, you know, actually a good dude.
Wait. Meeting somebody on Facebook is one thing. But before you guys actually met, I'm very sure you asked questions.
Oh, yeah, we had a whole host of courting. It wasn't just like, okay, well, I'm coming over to your house tomorrow. But then we just became friends on Facebook. No, it was, I don't know, 8 months? Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of courting going on there. But the point that I'm making is, and I always tell people this too about social media and, you know, apps and stuff, those are inanimate objects.
Sure.
If a person is a douchebag, they're just using that to be more of a douchebag, to get around, to be a douchebag, you know, faster. And so, but, you know, to your point, I mean, people they're not getting to know each other. Like I said, you can set up a whole date without even ever talking to somebody on an app. Okay, meet me at the restaurant up here. I'm be wearing this.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like what's that thing? What do they call it? Glory hole thing? You don't even see the person. You're just having sex with them, and that's it. It's just a transaction.
But what would speaking of glory hole, I'm not even trying to get off on that subject, but since you brought it up, who you have to be to stick your thing in a hole and dog? It could be a dude on the other side of that.
What if you're a gay man? Would it matter?
I mean, if you're a gay man, it doesn't matter. But if you're a heterosexual man going into what you think is a bunch of women on the side of that hole, and it's some dude over there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's how these apps are, because I'm looking at this young girl. She's like 19 on the show or whatever, and she's trying to find out who her baby daddy is. And then the story comes out, you're thinking, you just met him on social media.
Well, yeah, I know. And then we had sex. And then when I went, and then he wasn't answering my calls, but I went back on Facebook, I was blocked.
Right. And then you wonder why he's denying paternity.
But I've seen some of those where they can't even find the dude because he blocked me. I don't know where he lives. Hell, you don't even know if that was his real name. I mean, people have all kind of fake, social media profiles, and so you just hooked up with any old dude.
Any old thing. Basically, a glorified glory hole.
What are you doing? And you answered the what are you doing? I'm not doing it. Like, how do you get enamored by a dude, especially a dude? Because I can understand if it's your man. Me and Al will joke or whatever. What up? What you doing? Or something like that. But obviously we're established. But how do you get enamored by a dude that you don't know, texting you or inboxing you? What are you doing?
Right. And what kills me is you beautiful, educated sisters, you be falling for the okie doke. That's what
we get lonely too.
But that's why you have a thing called a adult shop, and you get a marital aid.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Like I said, I want to be transparent with y'all. I've never ever used one of those ever in life. I ain't got a lot of none of y'all to kick it, okay? But I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that's probably cool every once in a while, but ain't nothing like having a warm body.
That sweat dripping on you.
Yeah, or not even about sex. Sometimes you just want to be booed up with your significant other, I guess. Right. But yeah, that little thing, big thing, whatever you use it.
Some of them got the big.
Yeah, I mean, that's what?
Double-sided.
2-3 minutes and.
Right. And you got to have a lot of imagination.
And you're lonely again.
Right.
Well, that kind of. But it didn't really.
Right. Well, I don't know from a woman's point of view, but speaking of Al and how you guys met and stuff like that now, you've known Al now how long?
Almost 3 years.
3 years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. For those that are listening, I want you guys to listen to this. 3 years, she's going to, look, I've known this woman for 30 years, and she's going to throw me under the bus for somebody she met for 3 years. So when you guys are asking me, why do you keep putting up that What's Love Got to Do with It clip? That's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to go take the show to Houston, pick it up over there.
And I'll be Anime again.
Right.
Anime Bullock.
Over, down there, whatever.
Right.
And then I'm going to have to come down to the show. And Al's a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. I like Al a lot. But I'm going to come and say, yeah, I come to see the show, Al. I'm going to go in the dressing room real quick. I'm going to close the door. And
you thought you were going to leave Ike.
That's right. You thought you were going to leave Ike.
Oh, no, Ike. No.
But that's going to be, So, but that's good. It's been 3 years. But like I said, but you're one of the lucky ones, I'd say.
I honestly feel like that. And, of course, he'll say that he is. But I really feel like I do, that I am one of the lucky ones. Because, for one, how we met, we did meet on social media, which back in the day would sound unconventional, but it is conventional. That's how people meet.
Well, was that the time you had your little booty pictures up and stuff like that?
I didn't have no booty. No, y'all ain't never seen my booty on the internet that I can think of.
Right.
Not on purpose. You ain't never seen my booty.
I'm going to say
this. So he with me for my beauty, now my booty.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If you guys have never met a culture, okay, a culture woman, okay, they get it from the mama, okay. When you come from and you've been blessed with that kind of beauty, that what mama had passed to the daughter, and it went to the granddaughters as well. So
and my sister,
So if you ever met one, I mean, it's like the perfect storm. I mean, these women are very rare.
The brain comes with the booty.
Right, exactly. I mean, seriously, it's the whole pack because your mom had it. She was an educated woman, very beautiful author. I mean, all her children are doing, how can I say it? Well off.
We're what are you, fair to middling? We're doing all right.
You know what I mean?
We're managing.
I mean, you guys aren't on Section 8. I mean, everybody's doing.
Although I would like to get on something.
So would I.
Are you opening up the list?
Yeah, so would I. I just want $100 in food stamps.
Me too.
Just give me
Then
that.
I just get like $50 in food stamps. I'm a vegan. I don't eat much.
Right, exactly. But so for those that don't know, because I do get a lot of comments about how pretty you are, and this, that.
Oh, well, thank you. Except for
Yeah.
people that call me ratchets and
Right,
ratchet hoes.
right, yeah. But notice the people that are calling you ratchet hoes are what? Other women.
You know what? I hate to have to concede that point because, you know,
Mhm.
for those of you guys who haven't listened to the show before, Donovan and I, like I
Yes,
said, that Donovan
yes,
and I,
I.
because normally I said me and Donovan.
Right.
We'll have our issues in regards to women, black women, and, you know, and men and all that kind of stuff, but I would say that's true. Even on, like, my YouTube channel, Demetra K, if you guys are interested, I have women. Now, I would say, admittedly, a lot of people, for the most part, are nice. But when I do topics that people don't like, it's usually, and I hate to say this, black women who will say...
Ignorant black women.
Yeah. Not all black women. The ignorant ones would, I'd say low self-esteem and have no knowledge of self because then, of course, they want to talk about I'm ugly. I need to put on some makeup, and I need to do something with my hair, and you know, the silly stuff. And it's like it doesn't bother me because I always tell people I don't care what you're doing if you're gonna go into the public eye, you better know who you are because if you don't, all those haters will define you.
Absolutely.
All the wannabe bullies. I call them wannabe because they ain't bullying me. Because my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. But the wannabe bullies will tear you down. I mean, I've actually seen people on YouTube especially say that they're going to cancel their channel because it's too much. You know, the trolls who are sitting at home with no life.
Yeah, 400 pounds sitting on their
Yeah,
bed.
keyboard gang banging. And, you know, trying to tell somebody else what to do. And, you know, and I know this, you know, you don't really like Cardi B much. And I think it's because you don't know a lot about her. And I'm not a fan.
No, I do like her. I have a lot of her stripping videos. Shut up. I do.
And I'm not a Cardi B fan per se, but I like, she's a young lady. She's my daughter's age. But I like,
real. She's real.
Yeah, I like that she's real. But, so a lot of you guys have probably seen when her man got on stage and brought her the roses and all this other stuff. And so people, her fans, just the keyboard gangsters, were telling her she needs to fire whoever let her on because it came out that her publicist let him on the stage. You need to fire her or I wouldn't have, you know, just giving her unsolicited advice. And I didn't see it before. What my daughter said, she went off. It's like, I'll leave all this behind. That my publicist is my day one. She was with me when I didn't have nothing. And it's not her job to get in between me and my man's business and beat. And so she was like, you guys can't tell me what to do. I don't take advice from you. You guys buy my records and all that, but this part of my life, you have no control of. Like, you cannot govern your own life, and you're trying to tell me that. And so I said, I love that she stuck up for herself and didn't give in to those type of people. Because their objective is to destroy you.
Right. I mean, they love to build you up to take you down.
Oh, yeah. But my brother, you know, who also has a degree in PR, one of his degrees, and has a saying that I love. He says, along with the fame comes the blame. And so you got to have to shoulder both. Whether the blame is your fault or not, there's like you said, there's going to be people out there who love you one moment and hate you the next. They're just waiting.
Yeah, waiting for you to make that mistake.
Yes, so they can ride you to death.
Well, what do I always say when it comes to this show, whatever? You know, 'cause like I said, you know, for those of you that listen to the show, you guys know I'm very animated in how I feel. People come on my channel or whatever. You can say whatever you want to say, but it's not going to change my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not going to control the narrative on my channel.
Right. And you shouldn't be, because that's what some of the, you know, these so-called women were saying. You shouldn't be saying this. You need to get on code, and we gonna shut you down. And I'm like, since when is you writing checks?
Right.
That make sure I eat. I mean,
Absolutely.
if you are, then let me know. But I was like, you don't make sure I eat, you ain't gonna make sure I starve. Like, you probably ain't got two nickels to rub together. I said nickels, not niggas, but you might. And you gonna try to tell me what to do.
Right. Right. Exactly.
How?
Exactly. You know.
I'm a 47-year-old grown, fully grown woman.
47. You told me you're 27.
I know, but sometimes I gotta keep it real. So this ain't my first time at the rodeo to where I'm just like,
you know, well, and what kills me is, a lot of people ask me, why did you start this show? Why did you do this? And, you know, why did you do that? And you being a PR person and stuff like that. I started the show basically because of political turmoil within my town. Okay, great. But at the same time though, it also is very therapeutic for me to do this show.
Yeah, because you're a little bit crazy, so you need a release.
Yeah, a release to get
Yeah.
everything out, and this is how I feel about this. Is what we're doing.
Right.
And then with you having so much knowledge and wisdom yourself
Oh, well, thank you.
on good topics that put it like this. I love to criticize black people. Say you criticize black women too much. You just criticize. Okay, I'm criticizing. But at the same time, what am I doing to better our community? And
Right.
this is one of the things
Oh,
that
and
I think
I agree with that. And I would also say this in your defense, because Diamond, at one point in time, your ass was going ham on black women. And this is when me and you started working together when you were campaigning. I was like, dude, this ain't going to be good for your image, because you're going to need black women to vote for you. So you're going to have to reel it back.
Well, look, and she was wrong about that because this is a Hispanic town. So.
Right, I mean, but damn, that one little black woman could have made a difference, you know?
Right, that's true.
So I would say that you are a whole lot better than what you were, although your passion is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your original passion is you just want to see black women do better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your delivery was a little off.
Tommy Sotomayor,
That
being my hero. Okay,
off.
got you.
Off like a mug, okay? But, I always say it's about your delivery. It's about how you do it. A lot of times, especially the stuff we talk about in the black community, there's a lot of black conscious people, if you will.
Sure.
They have a horrible delivery.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get people to understand your message when you constantly call them coons and
Right.
Hair
hat.
Oh yeah, you can't. People are just going to shut you down because they don't want to hear that message geared towards them.
Then turn the goddamn station.
Well, yeah, but eventually, if everybody starts turning their station, ain't nobody gonna listen.
See, okay, and I'm agree with you right there. But see, my thing is, I like to do production, and of course, when I did my show.
Production or theatrics?
Well, I like to do both. I the theater. But see, people got to understand, I like to be behind the scenes. I like to do the behind the scenes stuff. But see, what I found was when I started my show, I became the attraction or the clown. You know what I mean? Or
I
whatever.
won't call you, well, some people might call you that.
But you know what I mean? I'm the attraction, so
Right.
it's kind of hard to get off. So let me give you guys a little story. Close your eyes.
Okay.
There was this young lady sitting in her room. And she was starting her career. And I noticed, being a friend of hers, I said, wow, you have these great topics and you're talking about some really stuff that made me interested. And I said, but the only people that are getting this message are your friends.
Right. On Facebook Live, that's where I was.
On Facebook Live, but only her friends were getting it. And I said, hey, V, why don't you do this? Oh, I'm going to get around to it, whatever.
Yeah,
she sounded like
wow.
Easy.
Right,
She said,
right.
You remember Easy? Oh, yeah, I'm going to put content on it.
Right, right.
And I just kept saying, when are you going to do the show? When are you going to do a show? Sure enough, fast forward, 2.5, 3 years later?
Here I is.
13,000 people listening to this chick from Riverside County, California. 13,000.
Yeah, all over, I would say the world. We've had people from China and all kind of people comment on the live feed and stuff. But yeah. I mean, so that's why I say, I believe, not believe, but I know your heart is in the right place when it comes to, black people. Sometimes, everybody has their own way of getting the message across. And so you've even had a lot of your friends try to take you to task, or you hate black women.
Right.
And I said, well, no, if he hated black women, he wouldn't,
care.
or have a black woman like me. I mean, you've set up the iHeartRadio, the Spreaker, the Spotify, the studio.
YouTube.
I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I really am black. So if you didn't have black women's interest at heart, I mean, you wouldn't have done this. You could have had Becky sitting right here.
Absolutely. And been happy. And been happy. Very good.
So yeah, I mean, it's just it's about delivery, but overall, like you said, the important thing is to get the message out.
Mm-hmm.
And the message is we just want to see our people
do
better. And then from your standpoint, you started your thing because you wanted to see your city do better.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's all about doing better.
Doing better. I mean, as a whole. So it's one thing to sit out there and criticize.
Right.
But at the end of the day, look at yourself. What are you doing?
Right. Well, when you ask those people, when I say those people, the critics, and they're not even very good critics, because back in the day when critics were real critics,
right,
they actually had some constructive thought. Now people are talking about, you ugly, man, you this.
Or, girl, you should be on our side because you're a woman.
Yeah, like, no. I've never been no feminist,
Mhm.
ever. You know, I have people, because I will say this, and I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, I am a very good debater.
Yes.
Because I just,
You can spin anything, goddamn.
yeah, and I understand the art of debate. I do. And so, a lot of times if I'm debating somebody lightly online, the first thing they'll do is try to bring up my man. Are you with a white man?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
But they don't know that you were with Big Daddy Kane back in the
well,
day.
the thing is though, it's like you're an idiot, okay?
Mhm.
I'm not with a white man. Now my man is half white,
Mhm.
but I'm like, what does that got to do with anything?
How does that affect your life?
Right? Like, and you know what it is? It be mostly dudes, black
Mhm.
dudes. And the first thing I'll ask
Jealous.
them is you a homosexual?
Right, right. They're just jealous.
And of course they'll be like, well, because I had to block a dude yesterday, as a matter of fact, acting stupid. And I was like, if you a homosexual, why are you focusing on my man? He ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Right, right. You know, funny that you bring that up when it comes to your man. Somebody asked me,
Mm-hmm.
they said, you know, how does Al feel that, you know, like, because, you know, to the people out there, they see me with you all the time.
Mhm.
We're doing the show and stuff. They go, well, you know, doesn't that bother her man? I said, well, why should it?
And that just also speaks to the point that, and this is how people are so shallow when they're thinking. I try to stay away from shallow people. Not saying the person that asked,
no.
because he's been asked that, as my dad.
Mhm.
He's been asked that before. You know, does it bother you? You know, she hanging out with, you know, Donovan or that guy.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, you can't be friends with the opposite sex.
Good question.
I mean, me and you've been friends over 30 years. If
30
we were
years.
going to do the do, it'd been a long
It
time ago.
been done, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, and so, but I just say that speaks volumes for him, because there's a lot of men out there that be like, nah, I don't want you hang around him
Right.
too much with
Yeah,
y'all.
exactly.
You know, because we don't just do this. We go to lunch, we go to
Mhm.
plays, we do all
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and so, but none of that's a secret to him.
Right, and you know, again, I've been trying to get in the family for, what, 30 years, something like that?
Right.
Because,
He's got a thing for my sister.
Yeah, the father-in-law said, you can't have, you can't have Amanda. But you can have
I'm
the other
Sealy.
thing. Yeah, you're
I'm
Sealy.
Sealy,
You can have this
okay?
one.
My sister's Nettie, I'm Sealy. No shade to Sealy, you know,
Right.
chocolate sister.
Yeah, chocolate sister.
I
No,
wish I
but
was chocolate.
no, but you know, it's just one of those things. When I get that question, I'm thinking, huh? What?
That's because people are looking for something other than two good friends coming together on a show in wherever and having good dialogue. And people are always looking for the salacious
Right.
part of it. You know, and I always say, you know, I tell Al when people ask me that, tell your friends to mind their business, first of all.
Right.
And wonder what their wife is doing with the cable man when they wonder what me and Donovan are doing.
Right. Well, you know, I don't know if you know this, but Al pays me every month to watch you.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
watched.
yeah, being watched. So I
All
gotta,
right, okay.
you know, I got to drop down being a
Being
fellow
babysat,
veteran.
right.
Yeah, a fellow veteran.
Okay.
And all that. So, where's she at? Where'd she go? I
Right.
think she said she was going to.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, and like I said, I just say that speaks volumes for him, because I know it's not easy for a lot of men. But then the other part of that too is, you know, he lives in Texas. We're in
Right.
a long distance relationship right
Mhm.
now, and so, you know, he's like, well, I'd rather you be hanging out with a friend, you know, than to be, you know, hanging out with other people.
You know, and you know, people gotta understand this too. You know, we've known each other for 30 years, and I know some people it's kind of weird because you know they were raised that a certain way. But Al's been to the house. He knows where I live.
Yeah.
He's met me.
Right,
We've
he's got
hung
your
out.
phone number. Oh yeah,
we've
so it's not
hung
like
out.
you're a mystery.
So so if he would have really had a real problem with me, he would have told you that a long time.
Right, I'd be like, Donovan, I'm
Yeah.
sick today.
Yeah, right,
And if
right.
you really, because you said, don't you take your ass
That's
back over there.
right? You know, because you know, every adult has a sixth sense. Like, wait, there's something
Yeah.
going on with these
Right.
two. You know.
Yeah, and he's never made that an issue with me. Like, are you sure y'all just? He's
Yeah.
never asked that.
Right.
Never.
Yeah. You know. So. You know.
Right.
It's just one of those things. But you know, being very conscious as you are, it is the holiday season. What advice would you give people out there? Because everybody's going. I don't even want to go by them all right now. I don't even want to be on the road.
Well, it's funny you asked me that, because Al and I, see, I'm getting better at that. We're having that conversation about Christmas and stuff, because, you know, he's got young girls and things like that. And I got
Beautiful girls.
Yeah,
Beautiful girls.
very beautiful. I've got
Spoiled.
nephews. Okay, daddy's girls.
Daddy's girls,
Okay?
right.
You
Nothing wrong
can't,
with that.
you can't tell him nothing about
Right,
his girl,
right.
which, you know, you shouldn't be able to.
Right.
You can't say nothing to my dad about me either.
Mhm.
But he was asking me, he says, well, don't you feel like you're taking the fun out of it when you tell the kids? Because I told him, I said, my daughter's never ascribed or subscribed rather to Christmas and the Easter bunnies. Never. I never taught her that. He says, well, don't you think you're taking the fun out of it when you tell her that doesn't exist and this, that, and that? He says, don't you get, like, and I'm paraphrasing, but warm and fuzzy during the holidays. You got Christmas music and everybody's in a good mood. I said, a little. I like Christmas music and stuff like that. I said, but I don't get wrapped up into it. I said, I don't have a Christmas tree. We ain't got no Christmas lights. I said, this is not something I don't even give it a second thought. I said, because to me, I feel like it should be warm and fuzzy 365 days a year.
Absolutely, good point.
And I said, the best thing you could do, you want to give your kids something? I said, give them truth and knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they have those, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be more deadly than any iPhone you can give them, any Barbie doll, or the latest shoes. The knowledge of self and the truth and that's going to do wonders for them. That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
And so, and I get where he's coming from, because he was kind of trying to insinuate, don't you think that's a little bit humbuggish of you to, not partake? And I was like, well, you got to also remember, I wasn't brought up like that. I was raised in the Nation of Islam, but we didn't.
Yeah, it's just the day.
It was a shoulder shrug, like, and
I'm gonna have to kind of agree with you, because I'm sick and tired of seeing these single mothers. They spend and you guys do a lot. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? A lot of that is self-inflicted. You spend all this money during Christmas, and then you spend half the year trying to catch up. Oh, my taxes is coming in March. I'm gonna file early.
Right.
It's like, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna get my last paycheck stub December 31st.
Yeah, why put yourself through that?
Well, it's because we have bought into the giant marketing machine, or the great marketing machine, however you want to say it, and that you have to have it, because he was talking about that too, saying, like, when the commercials come on, and I said, that's why you got to give your kids the truth. Mm-hmm. Just because Mattel tells you that the latest Barbie came out and you got to go run and bug your parents and go put on your Christmas list, they got to get that for you. You got to tell them that's not so. You are going to get what I give you because I want to give it to you, not because some giant corporation, and to your point, the single moms are going to go out there and spend all this money they don't have to make these corporations rich. And you made this point one time. Make these corporations richer, and those people who own these corporations, they don't give their kids, a plethora of presents. They get one thing. Why? Because I already set you up a trust fund. You already have life insurance. I've already told you who you are. You already have the truth.
Donald Trump was a millionaire by the time he was 9 years old when his dad was doing the tax avoidance.
So that's the kind of stuff that people are doing with money. But we are, especially in our community, we suffer from, things make me important. I got to have the latest iPhone, so when I'm scrolling, people can see I have the latest $1,200 phone.
And I don't understand that. A 10-year-old with a $900 phone. I don't understand. Don't get me wrong.
I'm 47. I ain't going to buy myself no $900 phone.
No, don't get me wrong. Okay, he's 10 years old. You'd rather give him a $900 phone rather than getting him a $300 desktop computer that he can use to do his homework on.
And what does he need to do with this? I was listening to my favorite station, NPR, and they were talking about that kids now. We're talking about junior high and high school kids. The anxiety amongst them is so high now because, especially in regards to the phone, because they always got to have their phone. Yeah. They're always texting. Got to keep up on the latest this and latest that, and so their anxiety is so bad to where they're losing hours of sleep. One lady was saying that her daughter admitted to her that if she wakes up at like 1, she sometimes doesn't go to sleep because she's on her phone. She doesn't go back to sleep. She's up all night and all day because she's on her phone.
OCD, yeah.
And so my thing is, what does a 9-year-old need with a phone?
I have no idea. I've gotten to a point, because I'm so old school, at 10 o'clock, I don't even take my phone in my room with me anymore. I plug it up in the front, and I walk away, and I'm in my room. I don't want to be bothered.
I would love to get to that point, and that's the goal. Only reason why I can't do it when my daughter's away at school, but she's coming back. She's a graduate now.
Yes.
And my father. My father's elderly, and he lives, a distance from me, and so, which he called me at 4 o'clock this morning because my sister had a little bit of back surgery. Yeah, because she had a car accident, so she's trying to heal
Oh,
from that.
I thought it was from that time when I was.
Then you stupid.
No, go ahead.
But he calls me, and so my heart is like, ooh,
Yeah.
he's calling at 4 in the morning. What's going on? So I have to have a phone.
Yeah, no.
You know.
The funny that you said that because my grandfather, he Marco Polo'd me, which is like an internet video chat through my mom's phone. 'Cause my mom kept trying to call me, and I was like, what the hell? And I look, and it's my grandfather.
Yeah.
And whenever my mom calls me at unusual hours, I get nervous because that's the call you don't want to give, but you expect it.
Right, and you try to calm yourself when those 2 or 3 rings. You're like, okay, everything's good.
Right.
He's just calling.
Yeah, he's just calling.
Right.
You know, let see how he's doing and stuff. And my grandfather's 95, 96 years old, and you know, he's getting up there. So, but that call's gonna come one day.
Right.
You know, and then that's when you have to get on the plane and go.
Right. But yeah, but regards to Christmas, I mean, give your kids the truth. The truth will set you free. The truth will not make your kids a slave to the system. The system of, I gotta have it to keep it up with the Joneses. I need a $900 cell phone because my friend at school has a $900 cell phone.
That's what I'm saying. What can you do with $900 versus that one little cell phone?
I'd be damned if I walk into anywhere and buy a $900 cell phone.
You could pay off on some bills. Maybe get a month ahead in your car payment.
Or savings account.
Yeah, right.
You know, or any, but this, and then hell, half the time, you see most of these kids walking around with a cell phone, the screen is cracked. Because they, you know why? Because it wasn't their money.
Right.
It wasn't their $900 that bought that phone.
That was my nephew.
Yeah.
He ended up like his parents were calling, talking about, you got an extra phone, so I had to give him my extra phone.
I wouldn't have gave him nothing. Sorry. I thank you for the microphones down there.
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
But I wouldn't have gave him nothing simply because it's like this. When we were coming up, we had to earn this stuff. I tell people all the time, I had a job from when I was about 12, 13. When we used to go out and sell candy door to door, and I've been working ever since. And everything. Not everything. My mom obviously and dad provided a roof and stuff, but my school clothes from the time that I was in the 9th grade on, I bought every school clothes. I paid for all my extracurricular activities because I had a job, but my parents taught me the value of not, you got a job, but don't go check off all your money.
Absolutely.
Save your money.
Absolutely. You know, we got a couple minutes left. I want you guys to know this. Have a very happy and safe Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But, you know, Demetra does so much throughout the year that January 4th, we are going to take Demetra to the casino so she can see her favorite group, because she used to do backup dancing for Belle Biv DeVoe.
Hey!
She's going to jump up on stage.
Let me dust off my overalls, the airbrush. Yes.
Your Tims.
Yes.
Because remember that part in the song, Never Trust a Girl with the Big Booty and the smile? That
about me?
Yeah, that was
okay.
it. Yeah. In the video when that girl was walking, that was it.
I'm going to have to remind them, okay? Y'all need a sequel. Y'all need the 2008, will be 2019 then version of this, okay?
See, and the funny thing is, though, her daughter is probably going to take your ticket.
She probably will. She probably will. Like, she takes some clothes and everything. Right. You know what? We'll get her a ticket. I'll get her a ticket because she never been here.
Right. So, and where we're located, I mean, we are so blessed to have so many things within distance.
Yes, indeed.
So that's one thing I would say I like about where we're at, other than the corruption and the traffic.
Right, and the smog.
Yeah, and the smog and the...
Every once in a while, murder, but hey.
Yeah, murder and carjackings and stuff like that. So, but we want you guys to please be safe. We will be having the Demetra K show on Sunday.
This Sunday, hell, I don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
I'm going to be here.
So we're going to be here, and my mom's coming into town. So
when is she going to be here?
I don't know. She'll pop up.
She's going to pop up. She's going to try to catch you in the act.
She's going to catch me in the act, and, I'm going to try to get her on the show, because she talks a good game when she's away.
Get moms on the show.
But when she's here, I don't want to be on the show. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're a federal employee. You might say something you don't need to be saying.
Just change your name. Change your name.
Yeah, we'll put you behind the
podium.
So, and she's going to bring her cat and her little ratty dog and all that other good stuff. And she's going to make some gumbo.
I might not be a vegan that day, but if I ate some gumbo.
She can make you some virgin
Nah, I wouldn't have to put it through all that
some
trouble.
Okra gumbo? Put some okra in there?
It just ain't the same.
Yeah, I know. You got to do it.
I might eat it to be all swole up.
So, you guys, like I said, be safe, be dry. Be warm.
Save your money.
Be
smart. Macy's ain't got nothing on sale you need.
And that's a funny thing. After Christmas is over, all these things go on sale. You spent full price over here, and then 30 days later, it's half the price. So it is what it is. So you guys just stay in touch. We will see you guys again next week. Don't forget, we're on iHeartRadio.
Wait, Tuesday's Christmas?
Spotify.
Oh.
and all that other good. We can still do the show. I know I'm doing it.
Bahama, we'll be
So
here.
we'll be here. So we'll see you guys again next week. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Peace.